Hello students, welcome to Easy Elimu Learning Simplified. My name is Mr. Stanley Ombogo. So dear students, as we usually start, I believe that you're doing great wherever you're watching us from. And in our session today, I'd like us to look at an area under grammar, and that is sentence connectors. So by the end of this session, you should be able to give the definition or say what sentence connectors are. And again, you are also supposed to be in a position to identify the different categories of sentence connectors that we are going to look at. That is by the end of the session. And lastly, you should be able to use some of the sentence connectors that we have appropriately in sentences. So to start, dear students, the main function of sentence connectors is to provide transition from one idea to another, and at the same time, their function is to show the relationship between the connected ideas. So this is to say that connectors are used to bring cohesion in a written text. So sentence connectors fall into three main groups or categories. So the first category, we have the coordinating conjunctions. The second category, we have the subordinating conjunctions. And the third category, we have the conjunctive adverb. So we are going to look at examples under each. So let us start by looking at the first sentence connectors. That is the first category or the first group that we have. That is the coordinating conjunctions. So coordinating conjunctions, dear students, link independent clauses and fulfill various functions in sentences. And again, because we are dealing with sentence connectors, it is important that you remember, what we previously covered under clauses. That is, you're supposed to know what independent clauses are, and you are also supposed to know what dependent clauses are. That is, giving the difference or differentiating the two. So the examples of the coordinating conjunctions that we have are and, but, yet, for, or, so. So remember, the shortcut for mastering the coordinating conjunctions are fanboys. So we only have 7 coordinating conjunctions, and the shortcut is, or the easiest way to master them is by having fanboys in your mind. That is for, and we have nor, then B is for because, then we have O for or, Y for yet, S for so, and so on. So the next category or the next group that we have is the subordinating conjunctions. So in connecting the two clauses, the subordinating conjunction, reduces one of the clauses to a dependent clause. So remember, a dependent clause is a clause that cannot stand on its own in a sentence. So just let me start all over. So I was saying that in connecting the two clauses, the subordinating conjunction reduces one of the clauses to a dependent clause so that it becomes part of the sentence element of the other clause. So the examples that we have, that is the examples of the subordinating conjunction and their functions. So we have those that are used to show time, and in this group we have examples like after, while, meanwhile, before, etc. So we also have those that are used to show place, and in this group we have examples like where, wherever, etc. Then we also have those that are used to show purpose, and in this example or in this group we have so that, in order that, etc. Again, there are those subordinating conjunctions that are used to show contrast, And in this group, we have examples like even though, whereas, although, and so on. So we are going to look at them, giving examples in sentences. So the third group or category of the sentence connectors that we have are the conjunctive adverbs. So conjunctive adverbs are used, they are also used to connect independent clauses. So they express similar meanings to those expressed by coordinating conjunctions. And you will find that in most cases they play similar roles, to the coordinating conjunction in sentences. So some of the examples of conjunctive adverbs that we have are furthermore, likewise, nonetheless, moreover, besides, etc. So they also fulfill various functions, in a sentence. That is, they can be used to show or indicate contrast, addition, time, sequences, consequences, contrast, and so on. So what we have below is a table containing some of the commonly used connectors and their uses. So in the first group, we have the connectors expressing a sequence. So in this group, we have connectors like firstly, secondly, thirdly, lastly, finally, first, next, to start with, to add to that, to sum up. We also have others like then, while, when, subsequence, as, etc. So in also another group of function, we have connectors that are used to express addition. And in this group, we have examples like to, also, in addition, another, furthermore, moreover, to add to that, besides, as well as, again, another point, etc., etc. So another group of function of connectors are or is the group of connectors that are used to express contrast. And in this group, we have connectors such as however, nevertheless, on the other hand, but, on the contrary, yet, in spite of, despite, although, though, in contrast, and so on. Then there is also a group of connectors that play the role of expressing emphasis in sentences. And examples of the connectors that we have under this group are indeed, in fact, without doubt, really, as a matter of fact, etc., etc. Then there are also other groups having different functions, and let us look at the connectors used to express consequence. So again, in this group, we have connectors like so, therefore, as a result, consequently, hence, so that, does, etc. Then we have connectors used to express or to give illustration. So here we use connectors like, for example, for instance, such as, by the way of, example, to illustrate, etc. So what is interesting is that throughout the session, I've also used some of those connectors unknowingly, because you cannot know what you say. It's only the audience. Okay, you can know what you say, but the audience understand better what you say. So below are a few sentences with some of the connectors, that we have identified or listed in our previous slides. So in spite of the hot weather, the scout walked 20 kilometers. So the connector that has been used in this example has been used to show contrast. Then the next example, I was exhausted, so I sat down to rest. So in this case has been used to indicate consequence. Then many insects, for example, the praying mantis can fly. So the connector that we have here is, for example, and it has been used to give illustration. Then another example, Mutua performed very well. As a matter of fact, he was the best in class. So the connector that we have there is as a matter of fact, and it has been used to, lay emphasis. Then the next example, he washed the dishes then went to play. So we have then the connector there that has been used to show sequence. Then the last example, besides poor pay, lack of proper training is a cause of poor job performance. So we have, besides that has been used to give an additional information. So, dear students, that brings us to the end of the session, and I hope it was super helpful. Remember to always keep it easy, Limo. Until next time, bye.